I have to get a fucking roommate and rent out my son's room and move him in my...
I don't think too many people understand how serious this living situation shit is. I mean, people make jokes talking about eggs cost $12 a pop, but it's damn near no exaggeration. You used to be able to save money by buying groceries. That shit is not the case no more. Inflation is through the roof, man. Rent is $1,000 at least, but typically everybody rent is $1,100-1,200. At least where I'm from, where I'm at. And people think because they make enough money to actually pay their rent that they can afford to live alone. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Like, if you can pay everything, but you literally got $50, $100 left for the next week or 2 weeks, you're not making it. Like, you're not surviving. You're literally nostril level above water, like barely above float. And that means if anything goes wrong, a car go down, your kid gets sick, you get sick, anything happens, you're done for. Your life goes upside down. Like, it's tough. We can get into the politics of what happened and when and all that, but simply put, that old world is gone. Like, ever since 2019 when COVID hit, that old world is gone. So all that, like, it used to be a flex when you could afford your own rent and live by yourself and hold your own shit down. But like I said, 2019, that shit ended. I am 33 years old and I've been living by myself for ever since I was 23, 22, 23. I mean, I always had my own house. I always had my own car. You know, I look down on people, in all honesty, if I'm being real, I look down on people who had roommates and, you know, grown men sleeping on somebody's couch. You know what I'm saying? I look down on them people because I felt like you was putting, you know what I'm saying, clothes and chains and real nice cars over the stuff that made you a stable human being, like a grown man. I really look down on people like that. But now it just seems like it's the only way to make it and not be a slave to your job or a slave to your house or your car. I don't know about y'all, but I literally hate if I have to clock 55 hours. If I absolutely have to work all 5 or 6 days. I don't like that, man. I mean, I don't mind. You feel me? As a grown man, I don't mind working them hours, but people need mental health days. You might have something you want to do. Your kid might have a last minute recital or a basketball game. I don't want to be in a position where I literally have to work and get a certain amount of hours just to survive. Like, that's being a slave to whatever it is that you have to do. Back to my point of the world, that old world ending, like, I refuse now at 33 to get my own spot. Some people might look down on that. Some people might say, oh, you a bum. But look at me. I'm in a truck. I'm a truck driver. I don't make, you know, 30, 40, 50,000. I make a little, I make more than that. And yet me, still, I don't want to be a slave. I think it's way smarter to live with, you know, a roommate or two. Ain't that how the other cultures get through on life? Ain't that how the Latinos and all that get through on life? The Africans, it be 10 of them to a 1-bedroom apartment type shit. And here we are, we so hell-bent on flexing, on showing who got motion. You know what I'm saying? I got my own this, I got my own that. And for what? You really capping for the net, like you stunned. You acting like your life is all together. And the whole time, like I said, you one incident, one child sneeze, one pink eye from your shorty, and you are done.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of Gag with Geach. Now, what he's saying is very true. I'm glad he was able to come back and have a full circle moment, because now he's saying, you know, he think it's smart to live with other people and stack your money and try to get ahead like other cultures do it. But before that, he mentioned, he used to look down on people who had roommates who didn't have, they own everything like he did at one point. And now he's saying, basically, he get it. And, he didn't want to do it because, and now that he's in that situation where he doesn't have his own place and things like that, and he's staying with somebody, he doesn't want to be looked at as a bum and all that stuff. But the full circle moment was you used to look back at other people who didn't have all their stuff together, who was living with roommates and think they was bum and they was lazy and all that. So it's kind of like a full circle moment. But I would say his point is very valid, partially because some people are just bums and they lazy. They don't want better for themselves. They ain't trying to go out there and get better and make better for themselves. Some people is, surfing on other people's couch because they are lazy. So, that's that goes both ways. But either or, that's them people's life decisions. Gotta let them people do what they want to do and let them choose their own decisions. But I am glad that he was able to have a full circle moment. And and I'm sure that's some things he thought about personally. I don't know this guy, just I'm a random person on the internet, and so is he. But yeah, to have that full circle moment and realize I used to judge people like this. Now I'm in those shoes. Just go to show you, just can't really judge people because at any given time you could be in their very position. So just let them finish.
Like, now you taking out loans. Now you using up all your credit cards. Now you feel me? Like you borrowing from this person to pay that person. Like, you really doing the most just to show that you're supposedly stable. It's not worth it, man. For the entrepreneurs, just think of it like this. Get in a spot with maybe your brother. The perfect situation would probably be your girl, I guess. But if you don't have a girl and you single, your brother, a cousin, maybe a best friend or two. Get in a crib that's affordable, comfortable, where you got your own space, and work at a decent job. I ain't saying be no bum. I'm never gonna advocate for being a bum. Get you a nice little gig or whatever, and stack your bread. Stack your bread. Stack your bread. Because you don't know what this world is bringing. Like, every day is something new. You don't know what's gonna happen in the world. So get your bread. Still do your side business, your side hustle, whatever, and stack your bread, and then try to go and make a big move in the next year or two, versus trying to stay with that old method of doing shit, like getting your own crib and being able to flex and say I got my own. Like, that's just my mindset. My mindset is like, I don't necessarily know what I'm gonna do, but I know for a fact that I don't want to be that dude that's struggling every week, that paycheck to paycheck shit. And then, not even to mention that the value of a dollar is damn near gone. Like, who knows what day when they'll say the dollar is no longer valid to the American people. Like, who knows? I don't mean to vent, I ain't gonna lie, but like, it's 1,000 thoughts running.
No, go ahead and vent. If you want to get on here and vent, listen, we welcome that over here at Gag with Geek, so we can have something to talk about, so we can discuss it. And I'm glad he took this time to vent, because there's a whole bunch of people that's thinking like him, that feel the way he do. And although you don't want to, live with multiple people or, share living spaces or anything like that, everybody want to have their own. Some people just can't do it. And that's just the world we live in. And it's nothing wrong with getting you a roommate and stacking your bread or moving back in with your family member. Because if I ever got to a point where I couldn't afford, my livelihood, I'm going to pick it up and dump it at my mama's house. And I ain't going to be shamed by it. So, sometimes in life you got to do what you got to do, and then until you can set yourself up to do what you want to do. So don't let nobody make you feel bad if you got to go move in with somebody until you get your stuff together. Because half of these people on this social media who you think got it like that, they really ain't got it like that. Trust me, they don't.
My mind, I can go all day about shit like this. I can go deeper for the people that know. I can go deeper. Like, this world is evil. Let's just leave it at that. It's a sick world, and nobody gonna give you a warning when shit just up and change. Your job don't give you a 2 weeks notice when they about to fire you. Your car don't let you know 2 weeks in advance, yo, I'm about to shut down. You feel me? Nobody gives you a warning, so you got to prepare. As a grown adult, I feel like it's just in our best interest to prepare for tomorrow.
Come back on the screen here. Yep, everything he was saying is valid. If you want a better tomorrow, you got to go out there and get it. Ain't nobody gonna go get it for you. You know, you got to have that self motivation because we all want a better life, and we all just out here at the end of the day doing the best we can. All this, I personally feel like all this stuff is made up. So when it comes to life, live it and do it the best way you can because there ain't no rule book to it. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into yet another video with me. If you're feeling what this brother here was saying, go ahead and drop me some comments and let me know how you feel about the things he was saying. And I will see y'all in the next video.